Make sure to join my streaming service at darkandtwisted.tv to watch exclusive animated horror for members only. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it helps support the channel. This incident, or shall I say, nightmare, happened to me back in 1980 when people tended to trust people a lot more than they do today. Also, people were not as crazy as they are now. Hitchhiking wasn't considered dangerous by any means. Lots of people did it back in those days without any issues. One night, my girlfriend and I were coming home from a New Year's Eve celebration when an argument broke out between us. I had been drinking heavily, so I really don't remember the nature of the argument. It was probably over something stupid as usual. I ended up telling my girlfriend to let me out of the car, which at first she refused my request. We were in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night, and we were miles from where our home was. If anything would have happened to me, she would have never been able to forgive herself. Anyways, our argument intensified, so she stopped the car and she let me out. At first, she didn't drive away. She just sat there on the side of the road as I began walking basically toward, well, nowhere. She yelled for me to get back inside of the car, but when I refused, she sped off. After walking for at least 45 minutes and still drunk off my ass, I decided to hitch a ride. At that time of morning, there were not many people on the road, so my chances of being picked up were slim, or so I thought. Before long, I saw headlights approaching from behind, then stopped right next to me. It was a dark, beat-up truck, and it sounded loud and unstable. Due to the tinting of the windows, I couldn't see the person who was driving. At first, I just kind of stood there, but after a minute or two, the person honked their horn, signaling me to get in. After entering the car, I saw that it was a man dressed in an all-black hoodie, and still I couldn't see the man's face because he kept looking forward. Then he sped off. As my eyes shifted downward, I noticed something around both of his wrists. They were handcuffs that had been cut. Obviously, this man had just escaped from jail or prison. Then he asked me where I was going. There was no way in this world that I was going to tell him to take me home now, because if he knew where I lived, he'd have my address, of course. I had this friend who just so happened to be a cop, so I gave him his address instead. On the way there, he tried to strike up multiple conversations, and even though I was trying to act normal and relaxed, I could tell that he could tell that I was nervous. So finally, we turned down the road leading to my cop friend's house, and when he saw a cop car sitting in the driveway, he panicked, threw me out of his truck, then sped off. Thank God I acted fast and came up with the idea to go to my cop friend's house, knowing that he would freak out when he saw the police car sitting out front. If I hadn't, no telling what could have happened to me. I might not have lived to be telling you guys this story.